We are back. We were off for a couple of weeks. One week I was sick. Next week I was busy and he was sick today, but we are back here for you guys. We had an interesting week last week, didn't we, Jordan?
We did. We saw Mighty Tide go down.
The Mighty Tide went down to the Vols. They took off the goalpost. I'm pretty sure they got fined pretty heavily for that,
And
but
I don't understand that. That like doing that to your own field.
it was just emotions. You know what I mean? That's college football.
Yeah.
That's college football. I bet everybody in Rocky Top had a good night that night. I can guarantee.
I guarantee that.
I can guarantee it. Well,
Uh,
Vanderbilt in Georgia, that was pretty much a, you know what I mean, beat down.
Nothing.
Hmm.
Had Texas going to the wire with Iowa State.
Okay, shout out to the Big Ten making a move. That's Big Ten.
No, Iowa State's not.
Well, they're Pac 12.
They're Big 12.
They're Big 12. Man, why is Iowa State in the Big 12 and Iowa in the Big 10? That's not good for college football.
You had Kentucky beating Mississippi State on an upset. They had Will Levis back. They lost two or three? What was it? 2 games in a row
Yeah.
because Will Levis was out.
Okay, so he's good as advertised then.
And then you had Utah pulling up the big upset against USC Trojans, going for 2.
Ooh, and the win. You gotta like that from Utah, dude. They take down number 7 USC. And God, man, that Utah versus Florida game at the beginning of the season, I wish Utah would have won that game, man. They had no business losing that game.
No, they didn't.
Sure.
You had TCU and Oklahoma State play a
TCU.
tight one. You had TCU come all the way back. They were down by, I think it was for 24-7, and with 10:04 left in the second quarter, and TCU fought back, and they were down 30-16 with a minute 25 left in the third quarter. Came back and won that game. Went to overtime. And you had Michigan totally dominate Penn State. I mean, Franklin, he's Penn State's regretting signing him to that long-term deal because he can never win those big games.
Oh, okay. At Penn State. Mm-hmm.
You had Florida State give Clemson a tough time.
What was the final score on that one? 34-28. I'm looking at it right here.
Yep. They were down 34-14 at the end of third quarter, and they scored 14 points but couldn't get it done.
Okay.
Come back.
So Norville may be the guy there then, huh? He just need to get some shoes, huh?
Yep.
Bad.
Illinois beat Minnesota.
Ooh. Illinois is pretty good.
Man, I was so high on freaking Minnesota, and they lost their quarterback in the first quarter.
James Madison and Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern has knocked off 2 ranked opponents. What? Well, no, they didn't because Nebraska wasn't ranked, but they have knocked off a number 25 James Madison and a Nebraska team. But unfortunately, they're pretty low in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think what I went on my predictions.
Mm-hmm.
I think I chose.
You chose
my predictions. Do what?
I said, who did you choose? It kind of broke up a little bit.
I'm gonna pull up my post from whenever I was did my predictions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the predictions I missed on. think I missed on the Syracuse one. I missed on the TCU. I went with Oklahoma State. I missed on the Utah one. And I missed on the Alabama one. Honestly, I mean, my heart was telling me Tennessee, but decided to
So,
go against the tide, you know.
1, 2.
Auburn Ole Miss was a decent game. Harsin is counting his days down. He is counting his days down. Kansas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma knocked off number 19 Kansas. Dang, Kansas. Started off so strong, but now we got to end.
All at 6 and 5 for
Six,
my predictions.
6-5.
Yeah, I lost. I didn't, Mississippi State lost.
I missed that one too.
James Madison. Picked Wisconsin to win. I had Alabama winning. I had Kansas winning. Minnesota winning.
Mm-hmm. And 6-5. Yeah, I know I missed on the Alabama Tennessee game. I missed on the USC and Utah game. I missed on the Oklahoma State and TCU game. The NC State Syracuse game. I missed on a lot, dude. Mississippi State, Kentucky. I didn't do nothing on Kansas and Oklahoma. And I didn't do nothing on Texas and Iowa State. I missed on the Minnesota game, dude. Yeah, awful week for me. One made
it wasn't too hot for me either, man. 6 and 5 is not good in betting odds.
It's not good in betting odds. But I did give out a couple locks that was pretty good. I went with Georgia or whatever first half. I went with Michigan. That was my lock of the week. And what was the last one? Oh, I went with Troy with the under, and Troy pulled it out. 4-game win streak for the Trojans, sitting at number 2 in the Sun Belt B bracket.
Is South ranked number 1?
They're ranked number 1 in the B bracket, and they play this Thursday at South Alabama, 6:30 game. South's on a 3-game winning streak. Troy's on a 4-game winning streak.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah. Then the crazy thing is Troy plays good in Mobile. That's what's crazy. Yeah, they.
So we have, for this upcoming week, we have 5 ranked matchups.
5 ranked matchups. I see.
Syracuse at Clemson, UCLA at Oregon, Texas and Oklahoma State, Mississippi State and Alabama, Kansas State and TCU.
UCLA and Oregon. 9 versus 10. Texas versus number 20, Texas at number 11, Oklahoma State. Who else do we got here? Meaningful games. Who's A&M got this week? A&M has South Carolina. Jesus Christ. Ooh, at South Carolina. South Carolina not a bad football team, dude.
Do they?
I said they're not a bad football team, South Carolina. Or maybe I just like Shane Bremer's tenacity. Him pulling the legs out video was epic. Epic. Yeah, South Carolina, man. They play some decent football. Let's look at the game cost. They beat Georgia State 35-14, lost to Arkansas, lost to Georgia, beat Charlotte, beat South Carolina, beat Kentucky. Got to play A&M. They need to win that game. They can win the Missouri game. They can win the Vanderbilt game. They can win the Florida game. And they play Tennessee on
Man, Notre Dame lost again.
Did they?
They lost it to Stanford.
Hey, Stanford not a bad team, right?
I mean, 2-4.
Okay, yeah, they're a bad team. Yeah, definitely a bad team. Friday we got UAB and Western Kentucky. That'll be a big time Conference USA game. I mean, I'm gonna go with UAB. UAB's a good football program. Tulsa and Temple at 6:30. Temple's been awful this year, so Tulsa probably win that. Thursday, Virginia at Georgia Tech. That's a toss-up. Wednesday,
Garbage Bowl.
toilet bowl. Yeah, that'll be our toilet bowl of the week right there. Virginia at Georgia Tech.
Or it could be Tulsa and Temple.
Yeah, either or, right? Yeah, toilet bowl is it.
Army and UL Monroe.
Oh man.
2-5 and 2-4.
Yeah.
You have what else? Garbage. Let's see.
Let's look here.
Indiana and Rutgers.
And that could be, yeah.
Houston and Navy.
Oh my God, Miami and Duke.
Oh man. Well, Duke might pull that off.
Yeah.
They're 4-3.
We look at the MAC, we got Toledo and Buffalo. Is Toledo pretty good this year? You know anything about them?
Yeah, they're pretty decent. They said, I mean, because I forget, I saw a picture, it was a meme. It showed Ohio State beating Toledo 77-22. And then showed Georgia beating Kent State. What was it? It was like that nail biter for Georgia, 31-22 or something. Mm-hmm. And then Toledo whooping the crap out of Kent State, like 52-31.
Yeah.
Kent State played Georgia 39-22.
Then you got Miami, Ohio, and Western Michigan. That's a MAC game at Miami, Ohio. Y'all got a lot of games in Ohio this this upcoming week. Good gracious! So Miami, Ohio is the 2:30 game. Must be nice. Must be nice. Kent State Kent State Akron. Boy, I bet that's gonna be I bet some people gonna be out there, boy. Kent State at Akron at Kent State. Okay, MAC. I see the MAC. I see the MAC conference. You know, I like how Ohio State plays. I like how they play those smaller in-state schools. The Division Ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, you know, Auburn and Alabama really don't want to play South Alabama, Troy, or UAB by any means. You know, like by any means will they schedule them guys. By no means. It's crazy, especially Auburn. Like Troy's been calling for Auburn for years, dude, and they will not let Troy go up there. Yeah,
they'll embarrass them.
Yeah, it's only like 60 miles from the school. And it's crazy because a lot of the people that live in Troy, it's definitely like an Auburn. You know what I mean? A lot of those people go to Auburn on Saturdays. But yeah, Florida is okay. Let's get some predictions on some of this stuff, man. Or do you just want to talk about that Alabama-Tennessee game?
Either or, man. Okay. Either or.
Yeah, I really didn't watch. I watched basically the second half of the game because I was Troy homecoming, and the second half of the game it was pretty close when I was watching it, and all I've heard, just around. I mean, I was in the gym earlier, and it was a Georgia fan. I mean, he was kind of sucking up to the Alabama guy, man, those some bad calls, whoop, whoop, or whatever. But
And they're always gonna have.
yeah,
We all of us fans have excuses after we lose.
that's true.
Tennessee's good,
Tennessee is good.
and there's no shame of getting beat by them because I could see Alabama and Tennessee playing in the SEC championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Georgia getting left out because I just don't think that they can hang with Tennessee's offense.
Especially if Cedric Tillman comes back, dude. He is a monster. He scored what? Cedric Tillman scored 3 on Alabama last year. And I mean, 11 is just a matchup nightmare in the slot.
Man, Alabama's in trouble with their secondary.
Yeah, if a team has a good slot guy, dude, you can run a go or a wheel route on whatever they got going on, dude. Your guy will get off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Your guy will get off on Alabama. They can't find somebody to cover the guy in the slot, dude. There's no sense in him having that type of game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guarantee.
But Jordan, if you think about it, from the beginning of the season, right, when Alabama and Texas played, right?
Yeah.
Remember how Worthy was coming out of the slot just killing who, you know what I'm saying? Ewers didn't complete every bomb, but I mean, of course, if he would have stayed in the game, he probably would have got 2 or 3 bombs to Worthy out of the slot. But you know, Josh Heupel seen something right there, and he abused it. He abused it, man. But you know, the game still came down to the wire. You know, some calls. It was some sketchy calls, but hey, that's football. That's football. Maybe we should give Alabama's kicker the duck of the week. This 2 years in a row. I mean, this 2 weeks in a row, he failed to step up in the big moment, right?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. I was telling somebody the other day, if that guy was in the NFL, they probably would have cut him last week for the A&M game. He probably wouldn't have been playing Saturday.
Yeah, he wouldn't have.
The Alabama kicker is off, dude. I'm not gonna say he's off because he was the number 1 kicker in the nation coming out of high school. Dude. So Alabama kicker duck of the week, man.
I mean that game winning kick was still it was looked like a duck coming out of the net out of the air. I wasn't sure if it was gonna make it.
Well, for Tennessee?
Yeah.
It's like all of them against Alabama. It's gonna be like a duck, but the Lord just bring it on through, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know
Beat the demons.
That one for Texas A&M last year. I was like, oh man, he hit it though.
Yeah.
The guy from Mississippi, Davis, that's in the group or whatever. I gotta give him a shout out. He been saying Tennessee by 3 the entire year. Him and Ross Hutto, man. Shout out to those guys, those Tennessee guys, man. They've been solid. They've been pretty much on the stuff the whole year. What about LSU and Ole Miss? That's potential upset.
Yeah, I think so.
LSU.
I think LSU's gonna upset Ole Miss because they've been playing to the level of their opponent all year.
They haven't they?
And I don't know. That's one team I'm not sure about.
Yeah, he just got to get his culture in there. You know what I mean? Kelly's gonna do okay at LSU for sure. Because he's hanging tough. You know what I mean? He's hanging with some of these teams. The Tennessee game, they kind of shot themselves in the foot from the jump. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But they did what was the final score of that game?
LSU and Tennessee.
Yeah, it was like 40-17 or something.
Yeah, 40-13.
Yeah, he just got to correct some offensive issues. and get his guys in there. I
I
heard
just don't.
Ricks was trying to transfer back to LSU.
Oh, was he?
That's what I hear. He obviously not getting any playing time in Alabama. We ain't seen him out there yet.
No, I bet you he's regretting.
Mm-hmm.
LSU's actually favored in that game.
Really?
Yeah, 1.5.
Okay, so people actually see that LSU's not a bad team. You know what I mean? And in Baton Rouge, man.
Or Ole Miss ain't real.
Hmm?
Or Ole Miss ain't real. Because they struggled against Auburn. A bad Auburn team. Horrible.
They struggled against Troy first game, 2018. And that's when we had Gunnar Watson at quarterback. After we made the switch from Gunnar Watson to the new kid, we ain't lost the game.
I mean,
Tulsa was on their neck, 35-27. Kentucky 22-19. If Will Levis plays, they beat them, of course, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-mm.
Well, Will Levis did play. I think he got hurt.
Oh, that's the game he got hurt in?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you was gonna, let's see, let's give out a couple locks, man. I'd say, well, I can't say Appalachian State and Georgia State because Appalachian State fell off. They were winning the Sun Belt. Lost to North Carolina 63-61. Beat A&M 17-14. Beat Troy 32-28. Lost to James Madison 32-28. That's okay. The Citadel, they beat them 49-0. And Texas State, they lost 36-24. And we beat Texas State Saturday. That was a big win. 17-14.
What are we doing? Three locks or 2?
We can do 3 locks.
I'm gonna put a lock on. All right, I'm gonna put TCU as a lock.
TCU. Okay. Who's TCU got again?
TCU and Kansas State.
Okay.
I'm going to put. I don't know, man. That's hard. Shoot, I'm gonna put Alabama on a lock. They're gonna cover their 21 points against Mississippi State.
For sure.
They're gonna come out hot and heavy with them losing to Tennessee last week. And then I guess that'd be considered an upset.
Cool.
I like Texas as a lock.
Texas plays.
Actually, I changed that. I'm gonna change to Oregon beats UCLA by more than 6 points.
Oregon beats UCLA more than 6 points.
So Oregon, Alabama, and TCU are my locks. You got that written down?
I'll write it down now. Jordan's locks are Oregon, TCU, and Bama.
Yep. And then I like for the upsets.
You said LSU, right?
I like LSU for the upset. I like
Kansas over Baylor. Why is Baylor favored in that game? 3-3 versus 5-2.
because their quarterback's out. I
Kansas.
don't think that's gonna happen. I think Kansas is gonna win that.
Okay.
But another upset, I think Texas is gonna beat Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm. You like Quinn News, don't
I think Alabama has 2 losses on the year.
you? Hey, shout out to that Buckeye system that he came for. That helped him, did it not? That was like a brilliant move for him to go up there and train with those guys, man. Like, you can see it, dude. Even with Joe Burrow, when he went to Ohio State, they learned something up there, man. That was a great move for Quinn Ewers. Unfortunately, for people like Tate Martell, didn't work out. Whatever happened to that guy?
He was in jail the last time I saw.
Serious?
I think so. I think I saw that he got arrested or something.
Mm-mm.
Or no, he transferred to his fourth school or something, and has not seen the field.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm gonna have to watch that Troy South Alabama game.
Yeah, and that's
Man, if I was down there, dude, we'd go there.
I may be going, dude. We'll see. It'll just be a little bit hard on me to get off on Friday, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get off, and I really ain't trying to, you know what I mean, come all the way back to Birmingham after that game or whatnot. Texas Tech, but that is my upset of the week. Troy over South Alabama, and I do like Duke over Miami and West Virginia over Texas Tech with the points. Neil Brown's been hanging on tough. They were going. They
I
were
just,
going
man,
crazy.
I can't put a lock on Ohio State beating Iowa by 29 just because how Iowa's damaged me in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and they always play us tough. But we will see because Michigan only beat them by 13 points. So we'll see if Ohio State is better than Michigan. So,
Okay.
but did you see where they said might as well cancel the season and put Ohio State and Michigan as on November 26th as the national championship?
That wouldn't be a bad choice, dude. Both good, both great teams, man. It's really good to see both of the top tens, the top teams in the Big Ten. You know what I mean? Back
Yeah.
back like that. Let's see. If I was gonna go with some locks of the week, I was gonna go with what was my locks? Oh, Tennessee over UT Martin in the first half. That'll be a lock for sure. Because what's the spread on that game? The spread is let's see. See what we got here toward Tennessee over UT Moore. I can't find it. But whatever it is, Tennessee gonna cover. They've been covering all week. All year. And my second one was gonna be James Madison over Marshall or whatnot with the points with the over. And the last one was going to be UCF over East Carolina with the points. UCF and Gus Malzahn have been exploding this year. They look
Have
good.
they?
Yeah, dude, they look good, man. They got a transfer from Ole Miss, a kid that's actually from Hattiesburg, John Riles Plumley. Listen at the scores. Who's calling me right now? Hold on one second. One second. let's see. Yeah, but if we look at UCF, they put 56 on South Carolina State, 20 on they beat Louisville. They lost to Louisville 2014, 40 on FAU, 27 on Georgia Tech, 41 on SMU. They've been covering every week, dude, and they put 70 on Temple last week. John Rouse. I don't know. Did you watch the Ole Miss game a couple years ago when Ole Miss played LSU, the year that LSU was so dominant in 2019 and they had the kid in there and he ran wild on LSU?
Yeah.
That's who their quarterback is. He's from Hattiesburg or whatnot. And John.
Oh, Plumley.
Yeah, Plumlee. Plumlee's the quarter. Gus went out and got him to transfer to UCF because obviously Lane had him at receiver after what's the kid name that played at Ole Miss last year? Corral?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that happened. And he went there and he's been balling out, dude. Shout out to Johns Rob Plumlee. Oak Grove High School, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That is awesome, dude. We got 7 minutes left. We can do a quick Heisman if you would like to.
Man, all I can say is there's 2 in the race.
Hook.
Well, I could say 3.
Hook.
Who?
Hendon Hooker, man. That's
yeah. Bryce Young, Hendon Hooker, and Blake Corum.
Blake Corum. Ooh, dude, you're a real college football fan to be able to say that, Jordan. That's respect, bro.
Yeah, I know. I hate saying that, but that dude's a beast.
I ain't putting Bryce Young in there. I can't give
Bryce Young's not in it. Bryce Young is not in it. Not in the top 3.
Okay. Yeah, I can't.
I think he's probably 6 or 7.
Yeah, I gotta go Hook 1. I gotta go Hook 1. I gotta go CJ 2. And I gotta go 3. And 3 from being Caleb Williams, he's lost, so it's over with. Let me look at this stuff real fast. Let me just look at who's all still undefeated. Is Jackson guard? I haven't watched the kid enough to be able to tell if he's a Heisman potential quarterback. I think his name's pretty cool though. Jackson Dart. Oh man. I may have to go Corum also at 3, dude.
There ain't no other.
Yeah, I might have to go Corum at 3. I like
Ukulele's starting to get up there too.
Is it that? So that weight loss really helped him, huh? That 30 pounds he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helped him. He didn't need to be out there like that. Poor kid got destroyed the Georgia game last year. Couldn't move. Kind of looked like my boy, Dwayne. Rest his soul. Rest his soul. Hey, so quick question before we get off. Who is number 4 for y'all?
Who's number 4?
Yeah, at wide receiver.
Julian Fleming.
That's the guy you've been telling me about for the past 2 years.
Yeah, he was number 1 receiver in his class.
That's a monster there, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be once Smith and Jigba. I mean, we've got to see a little bit of him. He was injured for the first couple games. If he gets where he can be healthy, and let's see what their stats are between their receivers.
Oh, Harrison.
Abuka is the leading receiver with 35 receptions, 655, 6 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison's 31 for 536, 9 touchdowns. Julian Fleming has 15 receptions. So basically, Abuka and Harrison are the top 2.
Okay.
9 and 6 touchdowns. Fleming has 15 receptions, 222, and 5 touchdowns.
So who backs up who, or who plays the X, Y, and Z? Like, how does it?
Just really depends, man.
On the packages.
Who wouldn't? I mean, who would have guessed, man? Like, Smith and Jibba came back. He was going to be a Heisman contender. Then he gets hurt in the first game. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see all 3 of them on the field and Fleming coming in.
Like the Utah game last year.
Man, that's going to be – who's going to get double covered?
Okay.
You can't double cover. I mean, you're going to leave – Ibuka's going to be your slot guy. And at the same time, you could put Smith and Jigbo in the slot. I mean, he's our main slot guy.
Mm-hmm.
So who are they going to play on the outside? Are they going to play Smith and Jigbo on the outside, or are they going to put Ibuka on the outside? I honestly believe Smith and Jigba is going to be the slot guy.
Yeah, that's his position, dude. And he's basically CJ. He was CJ Stroud's safety blanket in the bowl game last year. But heck, man, you guys reload so much, dude. It's like, it's just like a system, dude. I like it. I like it for sure, man. But dude, I knew after I seen that clip. Well, actually, I knew the Utah game when Marvin Harrison Jr. was doing that in the Utah game last. Didn't he have 3 touchdowns last year in the Utah game? 3 or 4? Yeah.
Marvin Harrison had 3.
Yeah, and he looked like he played like he's way bigger than his dad, but you can tell that the kid's been playing football. You know what I'm saying?
Marvin Harrison's 6'4", 205.
Yeah, and his dad was only like 6 foot, like 5'11", 6 foot, or whatever.
I think he was shorter than that.
He may be shorter than that. He was skinny. He was very, very skinny. But
he's very tight.
Yeah, he was a little guy, dude. But he's one of my favorite receivers of all time. He said, well, that's what Terry McLaurin said was his favorite receiver. He said, I grew up watching Marvin Harrison.
He was 6 foot.
Okay.
Marvin Harrison was 6 foot. Reggie Wayne was 6 foot. Man, he's making his pops proud.
He's making his pops. Well invested. Whatever type of training they gave him, because I'm sure he had the best training. Well, he did have the best training. No doubt. In high school, he had the best coaching at wide receiver that a kid could want, for sure. Hall of Fame dad, yeah.